We all are very familiar with an important function of brain, that is thinking and reasoning. We also know that human beings enjoy the topmost seat on evolutionary tree because of extraordinary capabilities of human brain. In this lesson, we are going to study about the seat of these capacities, that is human brain and its parts. These parts, they coordinate with each other and they also control other organs of the body and perform some specialized functions. Human brain is usually compared to the walnut because of similarity in its appearance. Just like walnut, human brain also has grooves and its shape is also somewhat similar. It has one deep groove which divides upper part of brain into two halves, which are called as cerebral hemispheres. Because some characteristic function of brain is related to some specific function, if that part gets damaged due to some reason, maybe injury or accident, or due to some congenital deformity, then that specific function will be impaired and a disability might appear. In this lesson, we will also study what learning disabilities are related to malfunctioning of brain so that we can understand special needs of differently abled learners. If we understand function of brain, we will be able to improve the capabilities of brain by utilizing training techniques because brain can be trained. Brain is a very small part of our body, weighing about only 3 pounds in a body of 150 pounds in adult person. Brain and other parts of the nervous system, they are made up of a special kind of cells which are called as neurons. These are the cells which can generate and interpret electrical stimuluses which are called as nerve impulses. And there are about 100 billion neurons present in our brain. All information is stored in these neurons in the form of patterns and connections which these neurons form with each other. Brain has other kind of cells also which are called as neuroglia. These are the supporting cells and they help the neurons in performing the function. There are different kinds of neuroglia. If you are interested for better understanding, you may see video uploaded on types of neuroglia on this channel. Number of neuroglia is even more, about 10 trillions. The interesting fact is that all these cells are present in a body, in the brain from the time of birth. Because neurons do not reproduce and replace worn out cells in the organism. Yes, the number reduces due to natural aging and thus there may be reduction in the brain capabilities in old age. During the prenatal stage, brain develops at a very fast rate and around 50,000 neurons are added per second, so that we are born with almost all the neurons which are required for our whole life. So more neurons means more capability of brain, and human brain is to body size ratio is maximum. That means that if we compare the size of the brain and size of the body, this ratio is maximum in human beings. Sometimes we wonder how human brain is different from other animals. One of the difference is in the cerebral cortex. Cortex is the outer part of the brain which is the seat of memory and cognitive functions. It has sensory and motor parts and it helps in coordination. We have large frontal lobe. Frontal lobe is a part of brain. We will study in detail in the later part of the lesson, and this part, it helps in performing executive functions which are like reasoning, planning and abstract thinking. For doing all these functions, brain needs a lot of energy. And for this, it requires a lot of metabolic activity. And it consumes around 20% of the oxygen and glucose which it requires even when it is at rest. And oxygen and glucose, it is transported with the help of blood supply. So almost 20% of the blood supply, it goes to our brain even while we are resting. When we work, our brain needs even more of energy. So now you know how important the good nutrition is and why we are not able to think right when we are starved. If brain does not get oxygen for more than 3 minutes, it may start dying and a person may go into coma. That is a state of unconsciousness yet alive. Main objectives of this lessons will be that we will try to understand how brain is protected from the injuries or what are the protective coverings which are keeping the brain safe. We will also study about different parts of brain and we will study the functions of each part. Let us try to understand some of the important functions of brain. Our body receives information from all parts of the body and this information reaches our brain where this information is processed and integrated. Based on stimulus and interpretation, brain relays command to all other body organs and control their functions. Another important function of brain is controlling movement. Movement and locomotion is a complex function which requires coordination of muscles and bones. Brain controls all wishful movements and locomotions which are called as voluntary movements. Human beings are excellent example of balance and we can balance our body on 2 feet and sometimes on 1 foot and some of us can balance our body on 1 point also. Human brain has important function in keeping the body in balanced position. There are certain organs in our body which are called as involuntary organs. They are called involuntary because they are not under direct control of our wishes. We cannot stop their movement willfully. That is why they are called as involuntary. These involuntary organs like lungs, heart and kidney, they are also under the control of brain because brain can control these organs by hormones and chemicals. Another important function of brain is thermoregulation. We all know that human beings are warm-blooded animals. That means no matter what is the temperature of the surroundings, we have to maintain our body temperature to about 37 degree by tightly controlled self-regulation. And this is the function of part of brain and that part of brain is called as hypothalamus. So hypothalamus is controlling the body temperature of the body. Hypothalamus is also controlling hunger and thirst. It controls appetite and regulates energy homeostasis and because both functions like hunger and thirst they are controlled by hypothalamus, they are confused with each other sometimes. That is, sometimes you may mistake hunger for thirst or vice versa. So it is important to keep your body hydrated. So that means if your body is hydrated, then you will feel hunger when you are actually hungry. Another important function is circadian rhythm. Our body has inbuilt clock which is called as circadian rhythm. It is again controlled by hypothalamus which can respond to darkness and light which it receives as a stimulus from eyes. Circadian cycle is important as it is linked to hormone production and cell regeneration. Now we know that why we should have regular sleep patterns and it is important for remaining active during the daytime. Now let us talk about endocrine glands. There are certain glands present in our body which are producing some secretions which are poured into blood. These are also called as ductless glands. These secretions are called as hormones and one hormone can have multiple functions and can affect different organs. There are two very closely linked endocrine glands with the brain. They are named as pineal body and pituitary gland. Pineal body is that gland which produces melatonin, which regulates the sleep cycle and maintains circadian rhythm. Pituitary gland is producing around 20 hormones which are affecting growth and controlling other vital organs. And it also may be directing other body organs to produce some more hormones and more enzymes. Thus, brain is controlling all other organs through different chemical secretions. Very important function of brain is controlling our behavior. When we talk about human behavior, it is the sum total of capacity of humans to respond to internal and external stimuli. Behavior and brain are closely linked. Our brain defines our behavior. Brain can change with learning, and this capacity of brain is called as brain plasticity. Brain can control mood, it can control emotions, it control our thinking and attitude, fear and anger, and thus it is controlling all our behavior. There is a limbic system in our brain which is a group of interconnected structures, and limbic system is responsible for behavior and emotional responses. So that means, in other words, we can say that brain has some very important functions, like it is the central processing information unit, it can control and command all other body systems, it can control all voluntary motions and movement and locomotion. It helps us in maintaining the balance of the body, and not only voluntary organs which are under direct control of brain, it is also controlling involuntary organs too. Another very important function of brain is that it helps in thermoregulation, that means helps in maintaining same body temperature and controlling hunger and thirst. Our body has internal clock which is called the circadian rhythm, that is also controlled by the brain. It is also helping other endocrine glands to produce certain secretions. That means all chemical control of our body is under the control of brain. And human behavior is also controlled by brain, because brain is the organ which is controlling our memories, our learning, our attitude, emotions, fear and anger, thinking patterns. So because that is the sum total of all these things which is called as or manifested as human behavior. So we can say that brain is controlling our behavior. So this way, human brain is responsible for almost many different functions of our body. And not only this, it is also receiving certain stimuluses from sensory organs in the form of vision or hearing or taste or speech, and memory, intelligence, emotions and thoughts. These all are functions of brain. So with this we all can understand that brain is very important part of our body,